In this video, I want to show you one way of figuring out if you've clicked on an object that you have on the screen or not. And that is by checking the color of the pixel that you're clicking on. Okay, so you can see right now we've got this Pygame window and there's just a red circle right here. I am still tracking the location of the cursor, and I'm also keeping track of which buttons I'm pressing so I can get a left click and a right click, or both at once. Now, the only thing I've changed in this program right now is I've added an x and a y variable, and the other thing that I've done is I've drawn a circle at x comma y. So what I'm going to do next is I just want to know what is the color of the pixel wherever my cursor happens to be. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to consider that an input. I'm getting some input. So I'm going to call my variable color, C-O-L-R for short. And the color is equal to window.get_at. And we need to have an actual location of where we're getting the color. So window.getAt will send a tuple, will send what color is at whatever this location is. Now, I'm going to say mouse position, because remember, mouse position is just a location. It's x comma y, right? X comma y, which is wherever the mouse happens to be. So we had this pygame.mouse.getPosition, and that is the position of the mouse is being recorded into this variable right here. And so this is where the mouse is, and then we're getting the color, window.getAt, we're getting the color where the mouse is. So again, I can make some text out of that. So if I run this, you can see the color that's happening right now is 240, 240, 240. Now this 255 is just the alpha, the opacity. So don't worry about that number. It's these three numbers right here that's important. And you can see that's the color of my background. Now when I go over the red, you can see my red is 255, 20, 34. That's the color of the red. And if I go over here to the black, you can see it's 0, 0, 0, and that's the color of black. So what I want to build into this program now is I want, whenever I click on this circle, I want it to appear at a different random location somewhere else on the screen. So anytime I click on it, it's going to appear somewhere else. If I click on it there, it's going to appear somewhere else. So right now, you can see I'm at this location right here, and I'm clicking and nothing's happening. Okay. Now that is part of the logic. So we want to say if we are clicking on the circle. Now remember, we have left click is mouse button 0. We have this left click variable right here from a previous video. So if left click is 1, or in other words, we can just say if left click. So if we left click, but we don't want it to just happen if we left click anywhere. If we left click and the color where we're clicking happens to be red. So and color is red. Now I can say we're going to compare color to red because right up here I've defined red as 255, 20, 34. Okay, so if we left click and the color is red, remember color is the variable that's holding the color of wherever our mouse happens to be. So if our mouse is right over a pixel that's red and we're left clicking at the same time, then what do we want to do? We want to pick a new random x and y position for our circle. So x equals random dot randint. And where do we want to put it? Well, you can see right here that our circle has a radius of 30. So we want it to be at least 30 so that we're not off the left side of the screen. And our window is 800 wide. So 800 minus 30, well, we can just put 800 minus 30 if we want, or you could do a little bit of math in your head and say 770. So that'll get us a new x location for our circle. And also y is random.randint, and y is going to be from 30. Our window is 800 by 600, so 570. So anytime we left click and the color is red where we're left clicking, then pick a new x and y location and that's where our circle is going to be drawn. Let's go ahead and run that. So here's our circle. I'm clicking around, nothing's happening. I click on the circle, boom. It's now at a new random x comma y. Click on it again, click on it again, click on it again. You can see it doesn't matter if I'm clicking up here on this text though, it's not red. So I'm right here, click on it again, click on it again. It's moving to a new location. Now of course, we can do more than just send it to a new location, right? We could have a points variable where we're keeping track of a score, and anytime you click on the circle, boom, add 1 to the score. Boom, add 1 to the score, add 1 to the score. So don't just pick a new x and y random location. We can add 1 to score as well. Now, one pro, talk about pros and cons to this for a second. One pro is that this doesn't have to be a circle. This could be a rectangle, it can be a polygon, it could be anything. We're just checking, is the color red, and are we clicking on it? If that's the case, then that's great. We want it to work. Now, one con to this, though, is this is only working for the color red. So our object can only be red for this to work. That means that we can't import a picture with multiple colors on it or anything like that. Another con to this is if I had my own custom cursor that happened to have red in it, if I was moving over quickly and clicked, well, I might accidentally actually select that cursor that I had built. Remember I made those red crosshairs a couple videos ago. If you're moving quickly while you click, the screen doesn't have time to redraw the new picture by the time you move the mouse, and so you could accidentally click on your custom cursor itself, and it thinks that you're clicking on this nice red circle.